Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 22nd, and today was a muggy hot and humid day. Absolutely just gross temperature wise, and virtually no wind to speak of at all around here. Like the leaves didn't even hardly move on the tree at all. It was just crazy how dead the wind was overall in general. So had a kind of a rough night sleeping, did not get much sleep at all. I think it was probably 3:30 or so before I finally even got any sleep. Getting up fairly early, had a friend of mine coming over. They didn't find out until after. It was, well, actually, I was going to go to Des Moines with my mom and take her up there to get her eyes checked, get new glasses, and a whole bunch of other run around she had to do. And her sister wanted to go along, which was fine. The three of us were going to go up together, and ended up having a friend was supposed to come over today. So I canceled the Des Moines trip and thought, cool, I'll just hang out with them instead. Everything's hunky-dory. Found out, I texted them, I don't know what time it would have been, probably half an hour or so after my mom and her sister left, and said, hey, what time are you heading over? And they're like, they caught back to me like a half an hour after that and said, oh, I'm not feeling great. So it was just a giant letdown. I would have definitely went to Des Moines for the day and hung out with them and stuff. I wouldn't have been a real big fan of leaving Bruce home alone, which I was trying to find somebody. I think I had somebody who would have came and got him for a couple hours in the middle of the day, played with him for a while instead of kind of give him an monotony of breaking up, being home by himself. That would have been the longest time he'd ever been alone. He's been alone like 5 hours, I think, like that, 4.5, 5 hours, longest he's ever been alone before since I've had him. He was 23 hours, a day stuffed in a bathroom before I got him. So it's not like it's impossible for me to do. It just brings out a lot of bad behavior and a lot of extra stress in that. And even yesterday, he was home alone for a few hours by himself. And I got home, and it was amazing. Like, just, he was so much more clingy and stuff. And, like, he had nightmares and stuff throughout the night, and that didn't let me sleep good. So, just a few hours left home alone brings out a lot of the bad. It's like, you just tell it brings out a lot of the stress and stuff in him. And I hate to do that to him. So, I ended up missing out on the trip up there and missing out on seeing my friend both, which definitely sucked in the process because I kind of, I don't know, I had a weird feeling most of the day. I did finally get around. I had a handful of things to do. Got them all taken care of, which was odd because I didn't have anything planned for the day because I had other plans. They all fell through, so I'm doing other things. But I did end up rebuilding the 12-volt air conditioner system for my dog. It's like a big cooler. You put ice in it. It's got fans and ducts and stuff in it to kind of blow the air around. I did kind of rebuild part of it to kind of help make it a little more efficient, I think. We'll see what happens, if it works better or not. I'm hoping it does. Probably going to use that tomorrow because the dog sitter will not be able to see him, unfortunately. They're not going to watch him. I was hoping they could just for a few hours. I'm going to go check out the Funny Bone. Have just, I don't know, we're going to go up for some sushi and that, kind of hang out. I'm going to go run, take him to the lake, all that fun stuff. Early part of the day, I got some people meet me up there in Des Moines. I'm going to have hopefully a great time up there, just chilling out. But it's going to be hot. It's going to be probably in the mid-80s still at that point, so the car is going to end up running. I'm going to see how it does with that 12-volt cooler system, and if that is doing a good enough job, I'll be able to. Cause the sun will be down by the time I go in the Funny Bone, or almost down, so it won't be too bad. I'll have the fans blowing through the windows, all that good stuff going on, so hopefully it won't be too bad. I'll be able to go ahead and leave the car shut off, but if I can't, I'll let the car run. Funny Bone's only, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. Worst case scenario, I'll run out, when between comics, the opening act and headline, I'll run out and check on him, kind of see how he's doing and go from there. So I still have a tiny little hope that the dog sitter will call me up or text me and say, hey, one of their dogs didn't show up. We can watch him for a few hours there and that and see what happens. But I doubt that's going to happen. So I'm planning for having him with me the whole time. I could leave him home and have somebody, kind of watch and let him out kind of thing. But that's just, he's not the same when I'm not around. So he usually kind of whimpers and whines and cries and kind of pouts unless he has other dogs to play with or other little kids to play with, and he does good. But other than that, headed out to go run today. Went to the gym a little bit there, headed down to the trail. And there's a guy that lives right down by the trail. His property actually borders the trail. The guy's just an asshole. He's always he's yelling crap people, flipping people off, and just all he's doing just a grumpy old bastard. And as I was going to turn in, not even near his house, like 10 blocks from his house, as I drove by, he flips me off, and I'm like, are you shitting me? I'm like, what the hell? So I just said hell with it, backed out, turned around, headed back and followed him into a local grocery store where I didn't get that car down. I was like, do you have a problem with me? I'm like, yeah, I saw you flip me off, and just kind of confronted the guy. I shot a little video of it. I don't know if I even got him in frame or not. We'll see. He's just a prick. He's like, oh, I was just throwing trash out or something, probably throwing out a cigarette. I didn't flip you off. I'm like, I clearly saw you flip me off. It's not like it's what the hell he goes, people don't know what my gestures mean. I'm like, well, the finger means fuck you. To every 99% of the world, they know what that means. So clearly what it is, it's just I don't know, it was a giant mess. The guy was a dick. And I realized, and he might not even know it was me and my dog who run the trails. And I'm like, if I've done something to offend you at any point, I've upset you with something I've done, if you think I've, treaded on you improperly, I'd like to know what it is so I can apologize for it. If it's not, and I'm doing something continuously that you think I'm doing, I don't know if he thinks my dog shit in his yard or who knows what. And I realize, no, he's just an asshole. The guy is just a grumpy guy who's mad at life, at everybody. And he just, I don't know, what a sad, sad life to live. And he's just that type of guy who thinks everybody's out to get him. Everybody's doing something against me all the time. And I feel so bad for those people because I've been that person in the past. Like, I just kind of thought, like, no matter what, like, if somebody cuts you off, you're like, oh my God, why'd they cut me off? They must do that. They must hate me. They must, like, crap. No, the dude just wasn't paying attention. The guy's in his own damn little world. He just cut you off. They're not doing it vindictively. Now, if you see the same truck every single day, 7 times a day is cutting you off, that dude is stalking you, and that's something you might want to look at. But 99.9999% of the time, it's just somebody else who's in their own little world who doesn't give a shit about you. They're not out to get you and all that kind of stuff. So this guy is just like, and one of the comments he made is like, I say stuff and people think I'm yelling at them. I'm not. And he's got a dog on his property that's chained up. He never doesn't, talk to it and stuff, that kind of crap. But he's out in his property, like golfing and like just practicing golf swings and that stuff. And he goes, when women run by and I yell, come here, baby. And they think I'm talking to them and they get all mad about it. And I'm like, just talking to my dog. And I'm like, first off, your dog's not named Baby. Second off, your dog's chained up. So he can't even get to you if you were calling him. And clearly, you've never yelled, hey, come here, baby, when any of the guys walk by. So it's only when a woman walks by, usually by herself, that you then chose to, call your dog over. So, and I did talk to other people who say the guy is just a prick to everyone. Although I do know a guy who is friends with him, or well, I shouldn't know if he's friends. He was cordial speaking to him, but they were neighbors for years and years there. So I'm going to find him one of these days and ask him if he knows anything about the guy, if he's just, was he in a concentration camp when he was younger? Was he beat up? I have no idea. The guy's he's just looking for a fight. He's just a guy who's always itching to start something, always itching to start an argument, different kind of crap. He's yelled at me before, and I pulled in there one time. It was snowing and that stuff. I looked to see the trail, how deep the trail was. If they'd ever bladed it yet for the winter run. And he's yelling at me and stuff. As I stopped my van, backed up, I'm like, what the hell did you say? And he's like, then he gets all quiet. He's like, underneath his voice. And I'm like, what are you doing down here? What do you want? And I'm like, I wanted to look at the public trail and the public land that's publicly owned while I'm on the public street. They have the legal right to see if I want to run that trail later today or not. And the guy's like, just mad bunch of crap, and I just drove away. So that was the final straw today. I was in a fully controlling mood today. I felt like I was in full control of my body, my mind, my everything, my spirit. Had it happened, had I confronted the guy, back when I was dealing with all the stress of my dad passing and all his pain and the dealing with the hospice and all the family crap going on, I'm sure I would have been in a fight with this guy. And that was definitely, I knew that was never going to happen today. I didn't even get out of my car, didn't even attempt to get out of my car. I just thought this would be a perfect opportunity. So I confronted the guy on his own property. Then, one, he wouldn't remember doing it because clearly it was just moments earlier. He claims he didn't know he did it, which is bullshit. But that right there is the whole thing. But had it been both of us out, standing on our feet, whole different world. The guy's the kind of guy who's going to want to get in your face. He's going to want to try and start a fight. So this worked out perfect for me. I was in my car, totally able to basically keep the whole thing de-escalated and just get my point across. So who knows? We'll see what happens next time I see him out there. If he's just a constant little prick like he was always been, or if he's going to basically back off since I did confront him on the process. So we'll see what happens and go from there. So that's all I got for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.